have around my monitor. And the worst part was none of it was things that I can clean off my desk. It was all things I like to have on there. It was all like little trinkets and trophies from over the years that I like to have and I like to look at, but it looks like junk on my desk. So I decided to fix it, and like every person, I went online and I searched a monitor stand, and I quickly realized how little I actually wanted to buy one, but how badly I kind of wanted one. So we're going to make one. So because I didn't explain it well, basically my monitor just sits on my desk right now, and if I want to put my little things, for instance, Kirby, Lego guys, or Warhammer, then it looks kind of just like I threw things on my desk. So my solution is, right now my monitor is not raised up, it is not tall. So we make a monitor stand, then it is tall. That gives me room to put things on my desk without having it look like clutter. Like most projects, this one starts with me having to clean off my workspace. A monitor stand is 3 pieces of wood set up in the shape of a desk. So all I have to do is build that, and I'll be able to hold all of my random bullshit. Now, the thing that kind of inspired this video was I found a bunch of old images in my garage of my dad in a college class working on a bunch of furniture. It kind of just reminded me that I can do that. Originally, I was going to use 3 pieces of wood and have the board lay over top, and then the middle one would support it, but I started to realize that I don't need this. A shelf board I found at the thrift store for $1. About done with this, and I found this LED strip. Maybe if I run this along the back, it can backlight my wall and make it look a little bit better. And the whole reason this is a video, because this is not like inherently interesting topic, but the whole reason this is a video is because I firmly believe humans weren't built to consume, we were built to create. Okay, there is the TV stand, the monitor stand, and we're gonna have to put it here, which means we're gonna have to move a lot of the stuff. We're just gonna ignore the fact that I'm wearing pajama pants. There it is, that's all it needs to be. That was definitely not perfect. I definitely wouldn't have chose anything else for the legs. I finally have a spot for all my random bullshit. It's good to know that everything now has a spot on my desk and there's a lot less clutter going on. I lose some desk space, but pretty generally I think I'm gonna enjoy it a lot more. Things like my Kirby, my Legos, and my Warhammer all have a place where they can be. I also have bought these lightsabers that they're not exactly cheap, and I kind of wanted to display them a little further than just keeping them in the corner of my room. So we're gonna design a lightsaber stand for them. this is another example of things you can create. This is a flight sim panel that I made for, I gotta get framed up. This is another example of things you can kind of just create. This is a flight sim panel for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this is a little bit more involved. Some of this is 3D printed. This bottom radio panel is the Logitech Flight Sim radio panel. But I built this because I realized I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars to get basically something I can make at home. So what I did instead was buy a bunch of buttons. Some of these buttons I just found throughout the house, and I bought 2 Raspberry Pis, and that was all you needed to create this. And it was also just a fun project. So. Because my Dremel is in California, but we ended up with 2 of these acrylic sheets, and I was trying to think, maybe we just use this piece of wood, like maybe, or just some a similar piece of wood, like maybe if we just cut 2 grooves in, these can just stick up, then that should work, or even drill them into the side. But let's go find a good piece of wood. Okay. First test. Look at that. Oh yeah, okay. There's our custom lightsaber stand. Now, is it the nicest looking thing ever? No. Is it just a piece of wood and 2 sheets of acrylic? Yeah. So we'll see. After building the lightsaber stand, I realized I had nowhere to put it, which is obviously an issue. This shelf behind me here is already filled up with too much stuff, so I put up another one. This whole wall I have is empty. Okay, now we installed a new shelf, so we can just put a bunch of stuff up.